1,000 to get started. Okay, PS1 try. Back again. We got Cole with us. We're playing Need for Speed Road Challenge. It's the PAL version, and there are two PAL versions, and this is the one from France and Germany, and not the one from the UK and SV, which seems like it would be like Slovakia, but I doubt is the case, and might mean like Sweden. I don't know. But this game might not be in English, but it's a racing game, so that shouldn't matter.
I hope we can figure it out.
Probably have to drive on the left. Or maybe not. I mean, there's probably not traffic. Although it's a road challenge, so there might be.
Electronic Arts.
EA Games. Challenge everything. It's fun. If nothing else, the YouTube channel that will have all these will have the opening cinematics for every PlayStation game with me talking over them. That'll be kind of neat. Oh, this guy's waiting. Is he confident? Or is his car stall? Oh, there's shortcuts. And police. For speed game. I wonder which generation of consoles, and either this or PS2 era then, but or maybe not, had the greatest disparity in like video quality between the cinematics and the actual game.
I don't know. I mean,
So we're to the point now where it's more or less equal, I think.
no, definitely not. Like,
I think at least on I can't speak to any modern consoles, but you know, they got games looking real good now.
well, right, but it's because they don't do pre-rendered stuff anymore. Like, things look good enough that they don't use them, so that disparity doesn't exist. But like, thinking to the PS3 era when like a few games would it's like if you do CG and you do it well, there's still a huge gulf. I think.
I guess if they did do pre-rendered stuff now, it would look, I guess as good as like, potentially like CG movies and stuff, or stuff where it's like,
absolutely.
Hey, this
like if
human,
Forza had
this Emperor Palpatine doesn't exist. German or French should we play in?
At this point, I think German, right? Like we're
we
learning a lot of German.
After 45 hours of Final Fantasy 8 in German, 45 minutes of that French adventure game in German.
Yeah.
Where I burned the clue. I assumed it would be like
Time paradox.
I really assumed it would be like, I shouldn't do that. But it's like, nope, game over. Alright, Einspieler, Zwei. Oh, one player, two player. Ein, Zwei. There we go. Un and Du. I think I do know what that is in French. Spiel option, audio. Ansieg? Okay. This is tachometer. With miles per hour. The rest of this, I don't even want to mess with.
But yeah, I think if, like, for instance, if Forza 5 or 6 or whatever had an intro similar to this one, even if it was, like, if it was pre-rendered, it would be, like, basically indistinguishable from reality at this point. Like, so, if you're rendering cars, like,
Yeah. There's no uncanny valley on a Mazda.
Not anymore.
And even in this game, you can get cars that are, that certainly looks like a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Firebird, Aston Martin, Jaguar, BMW, Corvette, Porsche, Ferrari. Oh, yeah. Some of these I can't get yet.
But I would say, to answer your question, I think the end of the PS1 era is sort of like where you had the greatest disparity. Games like Final Fantasy IX, which had like really amazing cinematics, and it's like, oh, still PS1.
I think Final Fantasy IX is actually a really good example there, for a really strong disparity between the cutscenes. Presentation. Does this let me put stickers and shit on my car? Or is this just presenting
Der
the car?
Porsche 911 Turbo ist das neueste und schnellste Modell
Oh,
aus der
just talking about the
Sportwagen-Linie
Porsche
von
in German.
die bis zum ursprünglichen
It's a good language to talk about Porsches in.
1963 zurückreicht. Doch schon vor diesem Zeitpunkt erfreuten sich Sportwagenfans aus aller Welt an früheren
It's
Porsches.
got 1,80 meter of Breite.
It's the right amount.
Of all the little things that like some European places in America do differently, the commas in place of decibels is one of the ones that is weirdest. So I think I just started the the story mode, championship mode.
Well, good luck.
Top one. Just throwing me right into a race on a complicated track. Let's see what happens. See if this Junkie XL gets the video muted.
2, 1, los!
See how zoomed out. Only 3 different views. Oh shit! I have to use my analog sticks. The DualShock game, or DualShock compatible at least, and it won't let me use the arrows. Oh my god! Seems to be just a time trial, so I think I'm okay. But this was called Road Challenge, so this might... I assume there's going to be actual racing in this, but right now I actually do have traffic. And I am driving on the right hand... Traffic is going on the right hand side of the road. I don't know if that's because of where this track is, or because this was a Western, or the Need for Speed. This is an American game.
Well, don't most places drive on the right-hand side of the road? It's only like UK and a few other places, or am I wrong about that?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I was under the impression, like in Germany, that they drove on the right-hand side.
I'm not sure. I really don't know one way or the other. There's windmills. This might be in Holland, but I don't know what side of the road that I drive on. I do know that I'm having trouble staying on the road in the first place. Okay, so I do have a hard brake too.
So yeah, it's like the United Kingdom and Ireland, some like South Africa and some countries in that area, India, Australia,
places the British colonized,
and then Japan for some reason.
Okay. I thought it was more widespread than that, but
I mean, it's some places that like. Did they ever colonize Malaysia, like, or Indonesia?
I mean, probably, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
South Africa might have been more the Dutch than the UK.
Well, it's only a little pocket of South Africa, or South America rather. So.
Oh, South America.
Well, it's in South Africa
Alright.
and also South America in a couple countries, but it is in South Africa.
That's weird. One thing I've also wondered if I'm sure this has been looked into and there are answers available, but in countries like that, if like pedestrian traffic, say on a sidewalk, if they generally too keep to the left instead of the right.
Yeah, I don't know. But it does seem like if this was in Sweden or Holland or Germany or Poland,
Okay.
basically anywhere in Europe that isn't the UK, it would be on the right-hand side of the road.
Okay. Well, Probe Fart, I guess, was like a time trial one and not something else because I did it, I got a time, and it's done. So we'll look at Einzelrennen. Solo, Duel, Completusfeld, Anfänger, Fortgeschrittener, Profi. Let's be picking these top options, I guess. Find a different map. Route Adonf. Wagon Auto Handler. Okay, so now I seem to be in a mode where I can like buy upgrades and stuff. This time we'll take oh, maybe we won't take the bitchin' Camaro? Can we not afford it? We can't afford the bitchin' Camaro. You can have a Mercedes SLK or a BMW Roadster. Both cars for assholes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, douchebag cars.
No, that's right, it's the same presentation. Let's talk about the BMW. We'll race. I do like these courses, at least by looking at the outlines. There's a lot of curves. But I feel like I've played more racing games than anything else so far.
3, 2, 1, los!
Like, yeah, like just in terms of genre distribution.
Yeah, a lot of racing games, a lot of sports games. Experiences that are easily simulated in this medium. But here we have an actual losable race.
I don't know, RPGs might give it a run for money, like, especially if you're fairly broad with what an RPG is. But
Yeah, I was just speaking about so far, but yeah, I have done a lot of game RPGs that didn't last very long. Remember that Yakata Nightmare Project one looked pretty interesting. It was like a horror RPG.
the Digimon, Boundary Gate, the one terrible strategy RPG you just played.
Yeah, earlier terrible strategy RPGs that were instantly forgettable.
Final Fantasy Tactics, which was good. Right?
Was
Played
good.
that, right?
Yeah, that one should have lasted longer.
That one's hard. I don't know. Like,
It is hard. I was gonna say, like, I watched Q-Bear stream a lot of that, but she was not doing it under the one-try constraints. She was using save states and lots of loading and reloading to get... Well, not reloading and reloading, just, quitting and re-entering menus, which I would certainly be allowed to do. And should have done, but didn't very much of, to get, characters with high faith or high, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's not like you were playing with a guide open or anything, right?
Right.
It's an obtuse game. Like,
I was playing from my memory of it. I'm in 4th place. 3rd place.
Well, this is still the first lap.
And there's 1st and 2nd right up there. And this mode doesn't have traffic. Oh, I missed a shortcut there. Oh well. Is this a ramp? No! That was not a ramp. God damn it. There were shortcuts. That looked like a ramp.
No, it did, right?
Yeah. It's okay. It was the end of the lap. I started in 6th place. I know the track now. Maybe I can get back in time.
Well, then you can use the shortcut.
Yeah.
The real one.
Yeah. I seem to have sustained damage to my car. Like, I'll turn right and sparks come.
Yeah, well, it was smoking for a second there.
Yeah. Although it might have just been, oh, there was a collision, let's add some smoke, but
Well,
I may have actually...
Wikipedia articles, the first Need for Speed that has a damage mode.
Well, I may have fucked myself by trying to go off a jump. I don't know, I mean, you see a ramp and you want to go off it, even if it doesn't look like it, it didn't look like a shortcut or anything, it just looked like a ramp. And maybe this was a game where it would be like, oh, cool. Oh, that also wasn't a shortcut, it was just a bridge tunnel thing. So it was elsewhere. Well, this will probably be over. Well, I have a bit of track left. I'm not sure what my failing criteria are in this game because I don't know how any of the point systems work or anything, but I'm good at this section here. Getting to 3rd place, but the end of the lap is just around this corner. We'll take the shortcut. We'll hit the walls on the shortcut. That wasn't a very good shortcut. So we'll take our 3rd place. We'll force him off the ramp.
Sie sind auf dem 3. Platz.
Let's see what happens here. If there's any indication that I didn't do a horrible job, this might continue. Or this might be another 10-minute PS1 try. Well, at the very least seems to have ended this, kicked us back to this main menu here. So that's it for Einzelrennen. How about Verfolgungsjagd? Oh my god. Verfolgungsjagd? So we at least got different modes here. I'm sure just like, oh, and then this one's the elimination mode. try one more thing to see the other currently unlocked track. And we might call it.
Drei, zwei,
Ein Go. Or Los. Alright. Oh, and because this seems to be another time trial thing. But 2 laps? Oh, I have a target time. We'll stay in first person. This is the more fun way to play racing games, I think.
I like it for a more realistic racing game.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing Mario Kart, I like the
Oh, certainly. What if it was like a Outrun or something, or Cruisin' USA?
Einheit 37 an Zentrale. Ich habe
Outrun
Fortschritt
und Cruisin'
111
USA.
über 100 Meilen pro Stunde.
Oh, this is like a pursuit mode, okay.
Hier Zentrale an alle verfügbaren
There's the
Einheiten.
police.
Wir haben einen Bericht über einen rasenden Porsche 911 hinter dem großen Tunnel. Bitte Untersuchung.
This might be a bad one to do in first person, but we'll go for it.
30, hier Zentrale. Wie lautet Ihre Geschwindigkeit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would play this
30
game.
an Zentrale. Er hat mehr als 100 Meilen pro Stunde drauf.
Bestätigt.
Okay, well, they're not close enough behind me that it matters anyway.
Hier ist Einheit 316 an alle Einheiten.
Yeah, it's
Wo ist das Vorbild?
often hard. Maybe always harder to play in first person mode, but it's almost always more fun.
It's easier in some. I felt like it's easier to play Forza.
Roger.
Yeah, there was a point in Forza when I switched to first person and stuck with it. I think it also might especially be easier if you're like me and bad enough at Forza that you at least use like the lines of like when to brake when you're entering turns and stuff and what line you want to take.
Bitte bestätigen Sie Ihre
Yeah,
Antwort.
right, exactly. It made it easier. Yeah, like,
But it's also, I think, sometimes easier, especially if it's games where you are like not necessarily actually drifting, but you know, doing hard turns a lot to see what kind of angle your car is at.
332 an Zentrale. Ich will keinen Füße auslegen.
But
Roger.
eventually, you know, you just get a feel for the system, you know the courses, you know where the curves are.
33 hat keinen Füße ausgelegt am großen Tunnel.
Bestätigt. Achtung an alle Einheiten. Hier Zentrale. Kernfüße ausgelegt.
Einheit 332 an Zentrale. Die Krähenfüße haben nichts gebracht.
Roger. Plan.
Hearing all these German cops, you need to go back and fire up New Colossus again.
Hier Zentrale an Einheit 332. Wie ist Ihr Status?
Hier ist Einheit
I stepped away from it for a little bit because it was
verdächtiges
kind of hard at a point.
Mittelstreifen.
Bestätigt.
I was like, oh.
yeah, I've heard that it has
Hier ist
difficulty
371
curve
an
issues.
Zentrale.
The first one did too.
Krähenfüßen.
I haven't played
Kernfüße ausgelegt.
the New Blood, but I played like the prequel to the New Blood, like the short mini, like New Order, I think it was. Well, that might be it for me. We'll see. Oh, no. Oh, they got me.
Steigen Sie aus dem
I
Wagen aus.
believe Old Blood is the prequel and the New Order is the full.
Old Blood, okay.
371.
Well, I played Old Blood, and I enjoyed that enough that during the last sale, I sprung for New Colossus.
Oh, but you gotta play the first game.
I will, but I was like, I'm gonna play New Colossus now. But at this point, now that I've stopped for a little bit, like, I might as well just go and play the first one before going back. I guess there's 2 more things here. No, it's more of the same. I think that's it. I think we've very explicitly failed something. It's been Need for Speed Road Challenge Ein Deutsche. I think I'll learn German and Japanese by the end of this. Maybe even English. Maybe. Alright. Have a wonderful life, everybody. Except for you, Derek.